It's been a real pleasure to be invited and a real honor when I was asked to participate in the Mississippi Dance Festival this year. I was really surprised actually by the amount of convening that it includes. People came from not only around the Hattiesburg area, but I also met dancers from a lot of people from the Mobile, Alabama area, and kind of all throughout the Southeast. And so, not having spent a whole lot of time here during my career, it was just a really great opportunity to kind of learn what's happening on the ground here in these communities and what sorts of training dancers are receiving, and to bring them all together for a professional development opportunity like this is super valuable. Programs like the Mississippi Dance Festival made a huge impact on me personally and on my career, and really kind of set me on a path for the work that I'd be doing in dance in the industry in various sorts of ways over the next 20 years. So I totally remember and I totally appreciate how valuable those sorts of experiences are for young people to have. Did a lot of thinking with both the staff and the faculty of the Mississippi Dance Festival and also in the Department of Dance here at Southern Miss about what sorts of repertory would be appropriate to these students and what to bring to them. So that was kind of solving the puzzle of what I remembered and what I had experienced and had access to, and also what my colleague and my friend Heather Malloy from Terpsichore Theater of Dance in Asheville, North Carolina, was able to bring to the table, since she was able to join me and to kind of split the teaching load. So what we settled upon was a really great kind of collection of repertoire that we taught the students. Since Monday, for the last 3 days, we've been here in the University of Southern Mississippi Dance Department, and have again taught the Rite of Spring excerpt, quite a bit more of it actually. We got through, I think, probably about 3 minutes of choreography over the past 2 days with the underclassmen and the younger students, and then the older students and the more upperclassmen worked on some choreography that I had worked on and performed in my performance career with companies like Pacific Northwest Ballet, Hubbard Street Dance Chicago, Ballet Jazz de Montreal, and North Carolina Dance Theater, where Heather and I were colleagues. We taught them excerpts from some work by Ohad Naharin, who is the longtime sort of artistic voice at Batsheva Dance Ensemble in Tel Aviv. There's a whole sort of movement technique that comes with his work called Gaga, and there's been a documentary film recently released that kind of goes into detail about that, which would be a great way for people to learn more about it, and was sort of a huge turning point for me personally in my career and professionally, just in terms of how I approach dance. There's so much knowledge of anatomy and physiology and body-mind connection that goes into approaching that kind of work, and I was really excited to bring that to the students here at USM. So we learned some phrases from a piece called -16, which sort of dates to the late 1990s and has been sort of reimagined multiple times for multiple companies throughout the past 15-20 years. And then we also learned an excerpt from a piece titled Tabula Rasa, which dates to the mid-1980s and was choreographed and composed to two parts of the score of the same name, Tabula Rasa, by composer Arvo Pärt. So again, kind of some tricky, both musical and timing and sort of structural concepts were at play, and then also just sort of physical challenges in terms of the amount of sort of muscular power, the amount of jumping, sometimes kind of trickier, non-intuitive coordination between the body parts. And so, these were not long excerpts of choreography with only 2 days. We didn't have a whole lot of time to share a lot of material, but even in just these short segments of choreography that we shared with the students, we were really able to dig into a whole broad range of subject matter and technical approaches to movement. So it was an incredibly satisfying experience. I would come back here in a heartbeat, and I definitely want to recognize the fact that both the students and the faculty and staff here at USM couldn't have been more hospitable and more welcoming, and I'm just really, really delighted to have encountered and gotten to know what's going on down here, because it's something really special, and it's It's a really beautiful collection of students and artists sharing information and really open to anything.